was just scrolling through Instagram and watched some girl's story, and she was like, I've been so go the past however, and I'm like, fuck. Same. So it reminded me to come on here and make a video to talk about how much go I've been. I turned 24 on October 2nd. And if you're seeing this video, then my other videos are out, which I haven't even looked at them. Life has been very go, okay? And it's just been thing after thing, and I still don't have everything. I have probably 7 different posts to make for my birthday trip. I have probably 7 different videos to edit for YouTube. I have 7 different paintings to make. 777, let's do it. Like, I have a lot. I'm doing a paint and sip for work right now. Next week on Wednesday, I will be teaching a paint and sip at Coffee Republic. I guess my work has a work party for Halloween, so today I dedicated the day to finding a costume, and for the most part I have it down. I would like to have some kind of cute purse with it so that I can hold some tarot cards in there, because I am gonna be a fortune teller. How cute. I'm really excited, but my boyfriend won't be there because Halloween is on a Friday and he'll be working. That's okay, everything happens for a reason, and everything is divine, and I'm happy. But I was just sitting here about to press record, and I'm like, wait, tomorrow's my dad's birthday. And I knew that, but I really wanted to do something for him in the morning, and I didn't even fucking think about it till just right now, and it's 10:30 p.m. I don't even know what to do. How to make his morning more special, I have no idea. He's pretty low-key and probably doesn't really want anything or need anything and whatever, but that doesn't mean you don't do anything. We're gonna make dinner for him tomorrow night, but we're going to the pumpkin patch because my sister's moving to Reno, and the only day that she could go to that we can all go to the pumpkin patch is tomorrow, but my dad's not gonna come because I'm just overloaded. I'm so overloaded. I'm grateful, I'm blessed, I'm happy, but I'm overloaded, and shit has been wild. I had a headache for like 4 days straight. That was crazy. I got my nails off. I have been working. We were supposed to go out tonight, which honestly, thank God we didn't. All my coworkers for Marissa's birthday, sort of, I guess. I don't know. I started this painting before I left. That's behind these 4 canvases. Michael's had a sale, 60% off if you order online. And I was like, okay, hold up. Because when I painted on fresh canvas for my last series, for my last paintings, that shit was unreal. That shit felt hella good. To paint on a clean canvas. As much as I love secondhand and upcycling and stuff like that, painting on fresh canvas hits different. So I was like, 60% off, it's my chance. And I got 4 different canvases for the price of like probably 1.5 canvases. So that's crazy. I spent $77 on 4 canvases and 1. Hi.
Hi. So,
Huh? Girl, what? How are you gonna call me and then say 1 second?
sorry, Richard has to go potty really quick.
Okay, I love you too.
Thank you.
Of course. Bye. Yeah, mate, like, late nights, early mornings, or sometimes early nights and late mornings. Wait. Yeah. sometimes it's life. It happens. I feel happy to be busy, but I have like 15 different things on my to-do list. That's non-existent. I don't even have a fucking to-do list, mate. Like, when I got back, it was work. It was putting everything away. It was getting things back on track. And then it was like Allie's birthday, and then it was finding her a gift, and then it was doing the paint and sip, and then repainting the paint and sip because I made this painting. And then the owner, my boss, was like, do you think that people are going to be able to paint that in 2 hours? People that don't paint all the time, people that aren't artists. And I'm like, I did it in 2 hours, but I can repaint it with less pumpkins. So then I did this. These are them next to each other, which was fine. But then when I did the original painting, then it was Allie's birthday. Then I was late to her fucking birthday, and it was all the way in Grass Valley, so I had to drive an hour, then spend the day with her. I was blessed and lucky. I was so grateful. I loved to drive there and spend hours with her, and then drive an hour back, and then I had 40 minutes before I had to be back at work again. And that was the night that that was the night that the headache really came in, and I tried to start the painting within those 40 minutes before I had to leave for work, and I did the base of the pumpkins, and it was cool, I guess, whatever. But then when I came back, then I had to finish it, then I had to do it then I brought it on Sunday, so that was Saturday, and I brought it to work on Sunday, but then Sunday work was fucking Sunday work, and then I forgot to take a picture the entire time. So then, I don't know, just like the marketing of it and it being put out there is just all kind of last minute, but I know that everything is going to happen exactly as it needs to be, and everyone that needs to be there is exactly, just everything's going to work out. But then even just like yesterday, what happened yesterday? Yesterday I went to work at 8. So I woke up, made my matcha, went to work, worked. Then when I got off, as I was getting off, before I got off, Maddie came up and was like, hey, Clayton, which is another one of my coworkers' dad, which he built the art wall there, and he comes in and whatever, he's cool. And she was like, he's putting his art up, and like, you should go check out his art. It reminds me of you. And I went over there to check out his art. And then him and I talked for like, I got off at 1:30. And I left there at like 2. Yeah, we talked for like over an hour. And just really like fucking hit it off. And we're like chatting it up about art and about life and about fucking just everything. Art and life and art and life and whatever. And then I realized that I needed to be back home by a certain time so that my mom could take my car to take our neighbor to the doctor's. Because she doesn't have a car right now, and she helped us out, and we didn't have a car and whatever, and so then I had to come back home. But then before I came back home, I had to get gas because I was in E for like 3 days. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but then I had to get gas, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fill it up a little bit so that they can make it over the hill. But then I ended up almost getting a full tank without even fucking realizing. And then I got home, and then I gave them my car, and then I came here, and then I got all my stuff together, and then I had to go to open mic night to go meet my boyfriend. But then before I was going to open mic night, I was like, might as well stop at Trader Joe's really quick to get a bag for my coworker, because she said that she wanted one of these bags from Trader Joe's. And I kept telling her that I was going to do stuff for her during work, but I was so fucking sidetracked and so fucking overloaded that I forgot about those things, and I felt hella bad. And she said that she liked those bags, so I was like, I'm going to get her a bag. And she wasn't even fucking there that night. And then we went there, and then my boyfriend wasn't feeling good because he couldn't find his, because he didn't eat, because whatever, he wasn't feeling good. And then, but then I felt kind of like bad, like I had to be there. And then just a ton of fucking shit. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna leave, but then we have to get the tent to William, because William's tent is broken. William is a homeless man that also does comedy at the open mic night at Coffee Republic at the place I work. Oh my god. And he was telling me about how there's holes in his tent, and he was using gorilla tape to fucking get it whatever, and that his fucking blanket got soaking wet and all this shit because of his tent, because of the holes. And I was like, nah fam, we're not doing this. So I made Marvin bring his tent so that we can gift it to him so that he can have something to fucking sleep in. Holy shit. So then we were gonna give him his tent before he left, but then he was chatting, and then the other owner came out. My boss Ken came out and was talking to us, and then we were talking to him, and then we went up, and then we went down, and then we finally got here. But then we had soup, and then my boyfriend was gonna go home, so I'm like, no, come here and get soup. And then he ended up staying the night, and then in the morning he was supposed to leave, but then I was like, well, you should get a haircut today because we're going to the pumpkin patch. And then we ended up going to get a haircut, and then while he was getting a haircut, I was like, okay, yeah, let me go to the thrift store. And then I went to the thrift store, and then I went to another thrift store, and then we're like, oh, we should eat something. My mom was like, oh, I might make something, and I was like, maybe we can go get something. So then we went to the fish and things, and then we got fish and things, and then we came back, and then we watched something, and then we ate fish and things, and then I was putting all my, like, he was gonna leave, and then I was putting all my costume together, and I was like, oh, what about this, what about that, and he's like, oh, what about this, what about that, and then he put on his stuff. It's just fucking thing after fucking thing after fucking thing after fucking thing. My mom made pumpkin bread, and I'm excited to try that. I don't know where the fuck it is, because I can't even smell it anymore. I don't know what's fucking taking so long. It was beeped hella long ago. I don't know where's the fucking pumpkin bread, mate, and I want butter on that shit. Yeah, it's just thing after thing. So then right now it's just like decompressing on my fucking phone. Like, probably shouldn't be doing that, but you know, whatever. And then that girl said how she was so overloaded, and I was like, I'm overloaded. And I was like, I've been avoiding making a video because I have so much already to fucking edit and go through, which I wish that I could just fucking post them how they are, which I probably fucking could, but then also, yeah, I need to do that, and I need to sit down, and I need to have time to do that, but I don't have any fucking time to do that. I don't have any fucking time to sit down, mate. And then see, I get on here, and then my sister calls me back, and then to figure out her fucking outfit, and I had to figure out my outfit. So then after I fucking did my Halloween, then Marvin was kind of getting tired, so he was like, oh, I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a little bit, and I'm like, you're not gonna leave, are you? But he wanted to go home to get all his stuff together before we go to the pumpkin patch, because it's only days off, and bruh. Oh yeah, and before he fucking woke up this morning, I went to go get us ham and cheese croissants, but I also wanted to put egg in them, so I made eggs and then put them in the ham and cheese croissants for the whole family. And I always make coffee for everybody and matcha for me and my mom, coffee for the boys and matcha for the girls. Duh. It's just thing after thing, mate. It's just thing after thing. And then when we went to the first thrift, Marvin got his haircut, and then he walked to the thrift that I was at because I dropped him off, because I was like, oh yeah, let's go together, whatever. And after, oh my god, he came, we were looking around and talking to the guy. When we finally rang up, we were talking to the guy, and he was like, oh, I guess Marvin got a few guitar picks, and he was like, oh, I went to the guy that was working there, I went to this guy's house the other day to deliver something for the other location of the thrift store, whatever. When he went in there, he had tons of guitars, like at least 50. I don't know. After he rang us up, I was like, can you show us some pictures? Like, let's see what it looked like and whatever. And so he showed them, and I don't know how many, but there was a lot. And the guy gave him one for free, and gave his friend, whoever was delivering as well, him one for free as well. It was just like, pick one out. Go ahead, pick one out. And they were sick. So we were talking, chatting it up with the fool at the fucking thrift. And then we went to the other thrift, and then we asked him to look at something in the case, which literally this piece of jewelry. That's it. And I found fortune tellers be wearing jewelry, babe. And usually it's gold, and I don't wear gold. So I'm switching it up, and I'm being whatever the fuck I want to be. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Anyways, yeah, so then we were chatting it up with that fool, talking about his job and his age and his fiance and his work, and fuck knows, just talking about everything. And then left there, and then went to fish and things, and the girl there, she's there all the time, and I try to but she just seems like she wants us to get out, which is kind of sad, but whatever. Life is what you make it, you know? Life is what you make it. It's 10:47. I'm just gonna lay down and go to sleep, mate. Actually, I'm gonna eat a fucking piece of pumpkin. Did I say banana bread this whole time? No, I said pumpkin bread, right? I hope I said pumpkin bread. I'm gonna eat a fucking piece of pumpkin bread, mate. And I'm gonna go to sleep. And tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, and maybe I'll go get my dad some French toast, or I don't know what I can do that's like special. French toast is special. We don't make French toast. It's usually like eggs, veggies, sausage, toast, potatoes, but not French toast. I feel like I should make French toast, or like waffles. I don't know what his favorite is. Oh, maybe I'll ask him. I don't know why I think everything has to be a surprise. Oh, his dinner's not a surprise. He chose what he wanted. Salmon, spinach, and potatoes. Oh, I accidentally ended the video. I love you. Goodbye. Talk later.